Watching halftime report, we're halfway through the trading session. It's been a choppy trading session, so to say, but no real problems. From the lows, we went into the green and now seen a bit of a sell-off. Currently, mildly in the red for the frontline indices, but the good part is that it is the broader markets which are doing rather well, close to around 1,300 stocks in the green for just about 900 stocks in the red. Doing well this festive season. I'm Mangla Malu. Joining me is Nigel D'Souza. In fact, Nigel is in conversation with NMDC's management. Their second quarter numbers were in line with expectations, and he spoke with Sumit Deb, the chairman and managing director of the company, to discuss their second quarter performance, and this is what he said.
Waiting for the clearance from the government of Karnataka to commence our mining operations. Obviously, there is an amendment to be made in the MMR Act, which will have to ensure that there is a premium to be paid. But right now, that will have to wait for the amendment in the Act. So the government of Karnataka will have to give us a clearance for that. I think we are in the process. Discussions are on. Should happen very shortly.
So by quarter four?
So it should happen. We expect it to happen in quarter three.
Okay. All right, in quarter three. And just a quick follow-up on that aspect, the premium, it was debated whether or not to fix it at 22.5%. Is that likely to be the rate, or is there scope for some kind of bargaining or there? And also, if it's the act is amended, then even in your Chhattisgarh mines, the sales coming out of there will have to pay this 22.5%. Correct, right?
So 22.5% number is not yet finalized. I mean, that number will have to be decided by the committee which will go into this whole process and then come out with a figure. So in the interim arrangement, there is some discussion with regard to this number, 22.5%. So that we will, we will go by what the Ministry of Mines or the Act or the committee of secretaries which will finalize the premium.
Okay, all right. And it will be applicable on the sales in the entire country?
That will be applicable for Donimalai mines, yes.
What about for the Chhattisgarh mines? If it becomes an act, then it will be levied on the entire... Yeah, go ahead.
So the committee will decide for mines individually and for states individually. So it will not be a fixed number. That's what we understand right now.
Okay, as of now, because the last time you joined in, you told us that it's likely to be applicable even for the Chhattisgarh mines. But you're saying there is some scope now that it may not be applicable to the Chhattisgarh mines?
No, it will. That will be the premium will be applicable to all mines in the country, not only to NMDC. But then the numbers will vary as decided by the committee.
All right. So, Mr. Deb, it will be applicable throughout the country, but that 22.5%, that's something that has to be fixed. Let's get to business then. In terms of your sales volume, well, last year you did around 31.5 million tons. Now, at the at this mark, I think you've done roughly around 15.5 million tons or thereabouts. So that's a bit of a degrowth. Do you expect to catch up in the second half of the year? What will your sales volume target for this year be?
Absolutely. We hope to catch up and exceed the targets of the last year. So that's our thing. Because S2 production has picked up and things are... Of course, we had a bad rains in the Chhattisgarh sector. So those are now past, and we hope to increase production. Okay. And we are seeing already signs of increase.
All right. So you're 1.5 million tons behind last year's number at this mark, but you're expecting the second half to be so good that you'll make all of them up and maybe there will be a mild growth. We take that point. What about pricing? If you compare NMDC's prices, and you'll have increased prices in the last few months, but it's still at a discount to other private miners. If yes, could you give us that, what is the quantum if NMDC's pricing is at a discount to private miners as well as imported iron ore?
So definitely the prices are at a discounted to imported landed prices. But then we work on most of our sales are in the domestic market, and our prices are competitive with respect to other miners. So there is absolutely no, there is no nothing with regard to discount on domestic prices with respect to other miners.
So is there a scope to increase prices?
Yes, definitely. Prices are on an uptick. Steel prices are going up, and we hope to increase prices also in the near future.
Okay, let's focus on your steel business then. That steel plant, it's been coming out for the last so many years. Tell us which quarter does the steel plant get commissioned, and also there was a proposal for demerger. By when does that happen? Timelines we want for both these two.
The demerger process has already started. The whole process takes around 6 to 9 months. I would think probably around June, July is what we are looking at the demerger process to happen, and same with the commissioning of the steel plant, also similar dates.
All right, that was the management of NMDC. Meanwhile, the markets have moved back into the green for the frontline indices. More importantly, the music that the bulls would be playing this afternoon would perhaps be heavy metal, because the metals index is at the high point of trade. What we'll do is take a short break, come back. We keep focusing on the metal space itself. This time on the alumina side of things, we have